Today we're talking stretching, and more stretching, because you know you need to do it. Hey, today on episode 5 of Ask Avenu, we are talking nothing but stretching. And it's funny is that we're getting a lot of these stretching-based questions because obviously a lot of us don't do it enough. We always say, hey, I need to stretch more. My back feels tight, my hamstrings feel tight. But I think a lot of times when we think about stretching, we go back to old school days. We think back to whether it was 3rd grade, 4th grade, maybe 7th grade, 8th grade, when you used to bend over and try to touch your toes and it hurt already because you're growing like crazy. Your body's stretched out to the max and your muscles are as tight as they could possibly be. And it didn't feel good then, and it doesn't feel good now. So what we're going to do is run through 3 specific questions for all of you people who are runners and you want to know what to do afterwards, for the people of you who just kind of sitting around at your desk, and for those of you who are just trying to develop a routine and get into that habit on a nightly basis.
So I hate running, but when I do run, here's 2 stretches that are usually helpful. Let me show you. So you want to go 1 knee down, 1 foot in front. You're just going to shift forward and kind of reach over that knee. If you want to get really wild, you can hold it for 5 or so seconds. If not, just kind of rocking in and out is great. The second one, turn to the side, 1 leg out, hands come down. You're going to sit back in those hips, just stretching the underside of the leg, and then coming back. Good luck. Do great things.
Hey, the 2 biggest bang for your buck moves are stretches that you don't even have to think about stretching. You could simply hold your phone and stretch all at the same time, so it kind of distracts you. You kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'd say you could watch TV, but it might be kind of hard to watch TV. So check this out. We're going to use an open wall here for you on this one. So maybe in your bedroom, maybe somewhere out in your living room where there's nothing there to it. And to get into the position, you're simply going to just lay down onto your backside and throw your feet up on top of the wall here. So you've got this natural split, and you can just sit down into it here and allow your feet just to relax, allow the hands to relax. Now where the phone comes into play is you can have your phone and you can sit here and you can read through messages, you can, whatever, you can post your feet on social media, you can do whatever you need to do, but you can just get in this habit of just laying here for 2 minutes, and then kind of work up to maybe you're going to 2 to 3 minutes and just breathing in and out of this position. You're allowing everything to open up. And then the follow-up to this could be something simple as you're doing the pigeon stretch here. So it's getting this kind of like triangle little shape here with your hands. Again, you can put your phone right down here in front of you and you can simply just keep reading. They're up and down, up and down. You're going to drop your shoulders forward and then come right on back up with it. Again, the phone is right here in front of you, so you're just reading the entire time or scrolling or whatever. You can sit there, kind of sit in this position. It's just super uncomfortable, but you can get here and you can hold it for a period of time, whether it's a minute up to 2 minutes, and then you can simply just take your legs and then just switch it over here to the other side again, and then just hold it. If you want to go to the 2.0 version of this here, you can simply drop your shoulders down one way, you can rotate over to the side, and then you can go back to the outside of it all there. And that's just hitting your hips at all different types of angles, because our muscles do run up and down, they run east and west, they run diagonally here, back and forth here on it all. So you want to make sure that you're trying to hit on every, direction, so to say, is that the muscle runs. So it's a 1, it's a 2, and it's a 3. And the best time to do this is right at the end of the night, right before you go to bed. Hey, the best way to get back into a habit of working out. So think about this, is like back in the day, your kids, they didn't like to brush their teeth, right? You even as a kid, you didn't like to brush your teeth. Nor did you probably like to take a bath that often, but your parents constantly remind you, hey, brush your teeth, hey, take a bath, hey, brush your teeth, hey, take a bath. Until you finally developed that habit and you started to begin to realize that good hygiene and good smelly breath was actually a positive thing for you. So it's almost, how do you remind yourself on a nightly basis or a daily basis, so to say, to get the stretching involved? We all have our phones. You could all set kind of an alarm to go off about probably 20 minutes or 30 minutes, maybe 10 minutes if you want to get really close to it, before you go to bed, right? And that time is usually you're kind of winding down a little bit. Maybe you're watching TV, maybe you're reading something there. But what you can do is set that alarm just to go off that says, hey, spend 2 minutes stretching. And if you were just watching this here before, the 2 biggest bang for your buck moves where we lay down on the floor and throw your feet up against the wall, and then the other one doing the pigeon stretch, those are probably the 2 best stretches that you could possibly do. But when you get into this habit of doing it on a nightly basis, especially right before you go to bed, it's almost like a meditation there, that you can start to relax your body starts to unwind a little bit, and it actually helps you to sleep better. Now I know all the rationalizations and all the tidbits and kind of like, hey, stretching is the best thing in the entire world for you. that's not going to convince you to do it. The one thing that you have to do is have that reminder, that ding, that notification going off in your ear and letting you know, hey, you need to drop down and do this. Again, 20 minutes is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for only 2 minutes here for you. Start with 2, and then maybe make the goal to go for 4 minutes. And then once you get into that habit of doing it, it starts to feel better. You start to look forward to kind of spending these last couple of minutes before you go to bed, stretching things out a little bit. And a funky little thing here, if you don't think stretching is that important, I want you to do this. Go floss, all right? Go stretch, and then come back and floss again. And feel the difference in your teeth, how easily the floss goes through it. I know it sounds crazy, but I promise you, this is so true, is that your body is tight and wound up. It clenches everything through the jaw. And when you clench everything through the jaw, you start to create all this tension through the neck. When you have all this tension through the neck, you don't sleep properly here on this one. So again, that simple little thing there, floss, drop down, stretch, get back up, floss again, and let that be the proving and deciding factor to get you into the habit of finally stretching on a daily basis. So that's it, episode number 5. Number 5 of Ask Avenu is in the books there. And if you don't feel loose, if you don't feel more flexible, just by simply listening to this here, rewatch it again. And then what will make you feel like you can touch your toes is when you take this and you pass it along to 3 more friends and encourage them to get in the stretching routine with you there. So as we say every single week there, make sure that you send in your questions here. We're kind of building up kind of a backlog of all these questions that we need to answer for you to get them out there. But as long as you keep asking questions, we'll keep answering them.